So your partner sends a girl a message on Instagram.
Okay.
It's a little bit twerking on the line.
Twerking on the line. Yeah.
Hi, Cecil.
It's Azura.
And I'm Germaine.
And welcome back to another episode of Clarity's Today, we're going to discuss L-O-V-E. I love you and you love
When are we
me.
not talking about love though?
Yeah, actually, that's true. But
Yeah.
today is a bit more different. We're going to talk about smart love. Okay, loving smart.
Got stupid love.
Yo, you know, actually, why speaking from personal experience,
No, stop. This is not about me.
you know how they say you have to work hard and work smart at the same time? I
Yes.
think it applies to love as well. Okay?
Really?
Not just in exams or like
In your work.
society.
But
and
love
yeah,
is a feeling.
But there is a way to love smart.
Okay.
And I've seen it happen like way too many times. When people love
Oh.
in a very stupid fashion, it ends up in a breakup. Okay, but before we delve into that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how easily jealous are you girls in a relationship?
Oh.
Okay, 1 is the least jealous, 10 is the most jealous.
11.
What?
Hey, I tell it like it is, man.
Yep.
I'm
Really?
a jealous person. I've always been.
Okay,
Yeah.
now it's
Working
between you
on
and
it,
I, Zura. Who do you think is more jealous in the relationship before we answer that, Jimmy?
I think neither one of you are jealous. If there was a 0, you guys would be the closest to 0. Who is less jealous? Azura.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think I might be like a 1, 2-ish.
Yeah, I would say 1.5 for me.
Right.
Teach me your ways.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side.
No, I recently had this conversation with a friend and I was just telling him like in a relationship, I think it's very important for the lady to have full confidence in herself and have full trust in her partner.
No,
I mean, it
absolutely.
goes both ways, love.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm very confident about myself. If ever one day I decide to date and my partner decides to cheat, I'll just let him go lah.
Correct.
Nothing to lose, really, really.
Correct. And I think for me, with a lot of things, not just like jealousy, but like other things as well, right? You are innocent until proven guilty.
So benefit of the doubt.
Yes, like as long
Oh.
as you give me nothing to doubt you for, it wouldn't even cross my mind.
Wow.
Wow.
I wish I had that.
Maybe I stupid lah.
No. No.
This is smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're living smart.
I'm
you,
stupid.
You are allowing yourself good night's rest, you know? By not overthinking. Okay, on to you, Jameen.
I'm
Yes.
the opposite. So you are guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Oh my god.
No, I'm working on it, right? Obviously, it was a lot worse in the past.
Okay.
And it was probably a reflection of my own emotions and my own behaviors and, just past trauma.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to work on getting to where you guys are, where you're not always overthinking and over worrying every little action that they're doing or worrying, like, what are they doing when they're not with you? And it also ties to a bit of like codependency, right? Because when you're apart, you don't know what's happening. When you're together, it's fine.
So you feel the need to know what they're up to all the time.
Yes.
Let's say your partner doesn't text you back for like 3 hours. Would you worry?
I would think like he died or something. Like there was once, right? He was having a not so good day. So he didn't really want to talk. So he didn't text me the whole afternoon. And I went into work, right? And I was so angry. I was like, Avery, you know that. No. I was ranting and ranting. And then 30 minutes later, I get a call from a delivery driver. He had sent me a care package with dinner and my favorite gummies and a note that said, I'm sorry I didn't text you back all day. I was having a bad day because I was worried about this. I hope this makes up for it. I love you.
You're so cute.
That's very cute lah.
He knew.
But he could have said so from the start. Like, yo, I'm having a bad day. Can I text you when I'm feeling better?
Yes.
No, I
Right?
say.
Yes. No, but also send the care package.
Yeah.
Still a
We need
sweet
both. Like,
gesture.
we want
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Okay, but why would you say that you are an 11? Does it stem from your confidence in yourself?
I think it stems from a lot of things. My past, your partner's past. I wouldn't say I'm not confident in myself. I think my self-worth is probably at an all-time high in my whole
Yo.
life now.
You're worth so much, babe.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Please recognize that. Yeah.
Oh, I love Hush Podcast.
Yeah,
That's why
man.
I come here every week. But I would say, yeah, it's really, when you think about the past and you think about the person that they used to be or you used to be, that makes you worry about the present. When it really shouldn't. It's so
Right.
bad for you.
So you're worried that it might surface again.
Yeah.
Like who you were in the past.
And who he was in the past, maybe. Yeah.
I understand that. So in modern dating, there will definitely be modern problems. Of course, it's a good thing. Different apps, social media platforms, you get to meet more people and interact, right? But it can also lead to potential pitfalls in relationships. For
Hey.
example, do you ever fear that your partners are talking to someone else on social media and you don't know about?
That's on you. That's not for me to think about. That's on you.
Oh, interesting.
That's a very good way to look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can see Germaine is thinking about something else.
Tell
Tell us.
I just think that, it is something that I am worried about. Because actually, me and him, we are very similar in that sense, right? I think it would be different if one person is 1 on the jealousy scale and the other is 10. It's hard to understand
is
each
he
other.
11 too?
He's maybe like a 9 or he's pretty high on the scale too.
Right.
So we both understand each other, and especially in the start of building a foundation, we try to give that reassurance, but we've communicated and said that eventually at some point we won't need to do this anymore. It's just now as we're trying to build that trust.
Are you getting there? Okay, that's good.
It's drastically different already from the start.
This is why it's so important to love smart, right? By loving smartly, you are adopting a thoughtful and high EQ approach to love and relationships. So that's very important, especially with like the fast-paced nature of modern life. So how much of a threat do you think digital world is to relationships? We are talking about tracking apps, social media platforms, so many other things. I have a friend who uses this app that notifies her every time her partner comes online on WhatsApp.
What?
App? I kid you not. I don't know what the name of that app
Why
is.
do you need to know?
So that you can know like, oh, you're online but you're not replying
Yeah.
me.
And I'm like, boom. It's like, do you really need that?
No, like, hey, my life is stressful enough, leh.
I know.
I
right?
cannot.
Yeah.
True. I think the digital world is as much of a threat as you make it. You could use technology for good. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with tracking locations. Sometimes it's like,
Safety reasons.
Yeah,
I would
safety
never bloody
reasons.
turn it on, I tell you first.
No, but it's different for every relationship, right? For some relationships, it's just like, oh, I want to know when you're reaching home so I can start cooking. Right? Something simple like that. But if you're going to be like, I want to know where you are right now and who you're with, then that's a different kind of approach to it. It's as much of a threat as you make it to be.
Right. And I feel like it doesn't just belong in the social media realm, right? Some people even track their partners' cars and GPS. Where have you been? Your history. Why do you go to this place, that
I know
place?
some couples that, without their partner's knowledge, install a car GPS in their car.
Damn.
Are they still together? No.
Just put an AirTag lah.
No, you can. This was before AirTags, sister. This was
oh.
before the invention of AirTags.
There's one life coach who actually mentioned how technology and social media affects modern relationships in a negative manner, of course. He says that he has seen people who constantly check their partner's phone, stalk their social media, follow their location, pick fights on every small issue. And like we mentioned, even if you feel a bit jealous, you should really talk and sort things out before things turn critical. I feel like things are best resolved when they are just budding, like problems.
You're gonna nip it at the bud.
Yes,
And not shove it under the rug.
correct. And over-possessive partners, a partner who's so possessive that they somehow start controlling you. He remember he had a client once who was dealing with such a partner. Her husband was very possessive and would always keep a check on her, would not allow her to talk to male employees, go out with friends, connect with male friends over social media and whatnot. I think that's like so suffocating.
It is.
Please
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
No, okay, here's the thing, right? If you have a reason for doing that because you've been given a reason to doubt,
Okay,
That's different.
fair enough.
yes, it is different. But at the same time, if these are the measures that you have to take because you are living in anxiety every single day and you don't know whether you can trust because that trust has been broken once, then is that a relationship you still want to be in?
I fully agree.
Is it fair for both parties?
I do think that if there is a reason within that present relationship, okay, it gives you more reason. I'm not saying it's right. But if it's a reason from someone's past, like let's say, right, you used to be a cheater. Now I'm with you, I'm afraid you cheat on me. I don't think that's fair because that's a past relationship. It's not like you cheated on me, now therefore I don't trust you.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, yes, lawyer, judge, Azura Goh.
Yes.
Okay, so here comes the key word of today's episode. Micro cheating. Have you guys heard of micro cheating?
I've heard of micro... Micro cheating. Micro meaning small.
Small.
Yeah,
Small.
small cheating.
So what do you know about?
What is small cheating?
cheating, yeah.
Small cheating or not? What?
No, it's not big cheating. It's not like I slept with someone else or I made out with someone else. It's like microaggressions. It's the little things that happen in daily life, like a bit of a side eye flirt, a bit of a little texty text, you know, a bit of a heart emoji.
Okay, so the act is still cheating.
Yeah.
The scale is small
micro.
and big.
I
Micro.
beg to differ whether the act is cheating or not. Okay, so
Really?
here is what micro cheating is, okay? Recently gained popularity on TikTok. It addresses certain minor behaviors that could lead to infidelity and ruin your relationship eventually.
That could lead to infidelity.
That could lead to infidelity.
But it
It's not
is
saying that
not
it
right
will.
now.
It could, if not handled properly. Okay?
Okay.
Like what Germaine mentioned, a little like flirty text, a little side eye, some emojis,
Some
maybe.
fire reacts on social media. I see some of you guys in my
Eh?
DMs and y'all have girlfriends. and wives. I'm like, what's with this fire?
Actually, yeah.
If y'all like to flirt so much, just be single. Why you flirt
No,
with the line?
correct.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Right.
It's true.
If you want to be in a relationship, be committed, be dedicated. You know, at some point in my life, I probably had the impression that micro cheating is harmless. But like you said, it could lead to infidelity.
Yeah.
Now I'm of the opinion that if you're in a relationship, you should be fully loyal and committed to someone because that's what they deserve of you. If not, then don't be in a relationship.
Yes, and while a fire emoji may be harmless, but that's harmless because we don't even want to look at your face.
Aiyo.
But let's say the fire you send to someone who has always liked you,
Oh,
for example,
man.
right? And then they react to it or they respond to that. That's how it starts, all right?
Okay, I'll give you some examples because obviously in real life it's hard to micro cheat. A lot of it is very black or white, like if you hold someone's hand. But on social media, it's a bit more grey.
Okay.
I'll give you guys some examples. You tell me if it's acceptable or not with
Bring
your
it on.
partner. Okay?
Okay.
Let's say you have a partner, right? And your partner comments fire emoji on other girls' bikini photo.
Random girl, best friend, close friend, what is it?
Acquaintance / friend, not best
I
friend.
wouldn't like it lah.
Would you bring it up to them?
Close friend, best friend, I'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, close friend, best friend, okay lah.
Acquaintance friend.
Some random girl with like huge tits, then no lah.
Huh? Small tits?
I don't know
Why
lah.
do the size of the tits make
Small
tits? Still no, right?
Okay lah.
Hey, can we give some respect to the itty bitty titty club here? But not nice, really. How about a heart react to a girl's Instagram story?
But that's fine.
What kind of girl again?
It could be someone they don't know, it could be a friend, not a best friend, close friend situation.
Yeah, that's okay. If the girl posts something wholesome and my partner decides that he likes it, he gives a heart emoji, that's okay.
I mean,
That's strange, yeah. I don't think that's
I
acceptable.
wouldn't find an issue with it, but like the question is why, Like,
Yeah.
necessary
why do
meh?
you have to exactly?
Yeah.
Why do you have to do that?
Like, I don't need you to be like Sophia Richie's husband, only follows her.
Oh, I mean, I need.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
by the way,
If let's say your partner, people that he follows, right? 50% of it are Instagram models / bikini girls.
Yo, wouldn't even be together with this guy in the first
yeah,
place,
correct.
man.
It's a bit sleaze lah.
Yeah.
I mean, if your explore page is all like girls,
Then I clearly wouldn't fit what he's looking for in the first place.
Oh, you're good. You got tits, right?
But yeah lah. But itty bitty titty lah.
How about a comment on a girl's photo saying, "You're so cute"?
Hey, this one a
No.
bit crossing the lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I've had people who are attached DM me saying, "You're so cute. You're so my type."
That's why this is a
that is-
DM.
yeah.
It's not a
But
comment.
bring a
It's
sleaze back.
It's
but
still
it's still wrong.
It is.
It's
no,
wrong.
it
You
is.
don't think this is cheating?
Is this even micro anymore?
It is lah, supposedly, because you're not like going up to them, like kissing them on the neck, saying, "You're so cute." You know?
I don't know if it's cheating, but it's sleaze back behavior.
Yeah,
It
it is.
Like, are you gonna go out to your girlfriend and show her that message? No, right? Then you're hiding something
I
already.
think
what?
it's cheating. I don't think
Okay,
it's
okay,
acceptable.
okay. Yeah, but I think a lot of times people feel like, oh, these messages are harmless. I just send a like message only what.
But how would it make your partner feel? That's what Azura is saying. If it makes them feel shitty, why do you have to do it?
Exactly. And it's not just on your partner, on yourself as well. If you let this manifest for long enough,
Correct.
what if feelings develop?
Correct. You can do this.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
Correct.
You're opening yourself up to the possibility of
attracted to somebody else who is not your partner, and
True.
this can eventually ruin your relationship.
How about not on social media? So in real life,
Okay.
like you're a guy, I'm attached to someone else, not you, bro.
Okay, okay.
I'm like, oh, Aaron, it's so funny. Like, thoughts?
With that like eye roll thing, maybe a bit too much, a bit too much.
lah.
But I think like as friends, right? Like just like that, hey, how are you? Or
No,
like,
correct. Or like, I am physically touchy,
I am as well.
even with friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
it's a mutual understanding.
Yes.
I could be. Why are you laughing?
No.
I could be in a relationship, and it could be a close guy friend. I could be like this. It's not an issue.
Interesting. I think people have very different perspectives.
Correct. Think of like you and Avery,
Yeah.
or like Zhe Liang and I.
True.
Yeah, it's that kind of dynamics, but we know that it's not possible.
But after getting into a relationship, I've stopped doing like social media content with Avery where it involves lots of physical touch. Like he used to do things where like I would
Push
be on
up
his
and then you're
back
on
while he
him,
push
right?
up. Yeah. Out of respect to my relationship, I actually stopped doing that.
I think it's not a bad move actually.
What about, okay, something a bit more mental. You are having issues with, your boyfriend, and then you confide in another guy about it. Or if he confides in another girl about it.
And this other guy or other girl is someone that I have feelings for, or he has feelings for, or maybe grey area.
Gray area.
Well, then I think suddenly it's a sign that your relationship is going wrong lah.
If you're seeking assurance out of it.
Yeah, from someone who can potentially be your next partner instead of a friend. Say if I have a problem and today I come to you girls, that's fine. But if I go to another guy and speak about my boyfriend, then maybe my relationship is about to end.
But like, what if it's not someone you have feelings for? Let's say you go to Taliang.
Oh, no problem.
No problem.
So that's a bro.
Of course.
Yeah.
I said, we know that.
Yeah, correct. But that's because I know I don't have any physical attraction towards him. And I can speak to him like I do with my female friends.
Okay, question.
Sure.
Another scenario. Okay, this is a little bit different. Your boyfriend is picking you up, but he's from somewhere with a female friend in the car. Obviously, they were together. So there was only two of them, right? So she sits in the front. He comes pick you up. She doesn't move to the back. How?
She doesn't move to the back. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I can't accept that. I think it's rude. It's impolite.
Like if I'm going to pick my boyfriend up and Avery's in the front seat, I'd be like, Avery, GTFO. Like,
Yeah.
Or he would do it himself actually.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, you must be polite enough to know this kind of things, right?
I mean, got people like that one. Yeah.
Well, I think all in all, micro cheating, it's really up to how you want to perceive it, right? Whether it counts as infidelity.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big, big spectrum.
What do you think? Does micro cheating count as infidelity?
For me, to a certain extent, yes. I just think that if you're not doing right by your partner, you are already not being honest and loyal to them.
It's so funny though, because I don't think it is. I feel like micro cheating is testing the boundaries, testing the waters for sure. But until you actually do something, like kiss this other person or like go to bed with him, whatever, it's not cheating.
Okay. The silence is
Deafening.
No, but, okay. So your partner sends a girl a message on Instagram.
Okay.
It's a little bit twerking on the line.
twerking on the line.
It's working on the
yeah.
run.
Okay, I can't decide whether he shows it to you or you found it now, okay?
Yep.
But it doesn't make you feel very comfortable. Is that still not cheating to you? Must wait until he kissed the girl?
Yeah, like if he says like, "Whoa, like you look so hot in this photo," that's cheating to me. I'd be like,
Really? I guess that's emotional cheating versus physical cheating, right? Now that you think of it this way. But I still feel like until he does something that's physically wrong, it's not cheating. Maybe that's just to me. And I wouldn't want to know about this Instagram message. I trust that you know what you're doing.
Okay, two stories.
okay.
Okay, I met a friend recently, and he is in a committed relationship. And then he told me that he was hanging out with this girl from school, work, whatever, I don't care. And I think it was some sort of scenario of like, just wanted to be there for this person going through a hard time.
Sure.
But apparently, while they were hanging out, she made some advances.
He's married or attached?
Attached.
Okay.
She made some advances, and at some point was talking about something else, of which she said like, I don't understand, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you do? You know, like, and then she plunged forward to kiss him on the lips, of which he pulled back right away. Immediately after that, he says, okay, we're done, let's go. And she says, oh, but the drinks are not done. He pours them all away, and okay, now it's done.
Oh,
Wow.
Boom.
Slave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Went home,
that's very firm.
called the girlfriend right away to tell her of what happened. And my reaction was, huh? You told her?
Yeah, I'll be like, why didn't you tell
But I
her?
realized, right? Like, wow, you're a good man there.
Yeah.
Wait, why? That's the right thing to do.
It is.
But I'm worried that it
Correct.
causes problems
So
in the
many
relationship.
people would hold back because they knew it was nothing. They knew they did the right thing, but they are afraid that their partner would react in an unnecessary manner that they would have to handle after that.
But how can you only be honest when it's convenient or easy for you?
No, it's
Honesty in a
correct.
relationship should come at all stages, even when it's difficult for you,
Correct.
right?
Agree.
And I think the way to navigate that, in fact, is to communicate and have a bit more EQ, like you mentioned, emotional intelligence, right? To understand what is your partner trying to tell you. Are you really understanding it, or are you just being angry about the fact that, you know, this happened?
Wow, this is tough. I think it really differs from like partners to partners.
Hey, but good on you, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if it happened to me, I would prefer for my boyfriend to tell me about that as well.
Then you must tell him also.
Yeah, that's true. Apart from like micro cheating awareness, like we mentioned, EQ is also very important because it helps us understand and manage our own emotions and our partners, right? So experts have once said that EQ is the secret of lasting intimate relationships.
Oh, but not as common, unfortunately.
Okay, what do you think your own EQ is?
Hi.
High?
I don't know, she's sure.
I think Germaine's EQ is quite high. Okay, in a work setting, I don't know about like relationships because we are more like vulnerable in relationships and stuff,
okay.
right? So that can affect our EQ.
I think my ability to self-regulate my own emotions is not that good. but my ability to recognize my partner's verbal and non-verbal cues, what they say, their body language, any change in tone, that is like super high. I'm very hypersensitive to that. It kind of creates a situation where, you know, even the way that you text. Like the other day, there was a day that he was texting, and just from the way he texted, I knew he was upset about something. So I called him up after I was done with work. I'm like, what's going on? What are you upset about? And I was right. But most people that are not in tune with it would just be like, he's okay, good night, bye-bye. So it's good and it's bad too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe you just want to like apply that to yourself and like regulate your own emotions. So what about you?
I can read pretty well as well, and I can regulate my emotions, I think,
So
to a certain extent. But because a lot of things don't matter to me, I tend to think that it's the same for people.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess you can't assume that.
Yes.
Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean it's not valid if they feel affected by it.
Correct.
I feel like sometimes, you know, a part of EQ is like not responding when you're not meant to respond. But sometimes I can't do that. Like in a spur of the moment, when I'm overly happy, excited, sad or angry, I want to react a certain way. And that sometimes is not wise. Sometimes you should hold back until you're fully calm before you say certain things.
Actually, I saw this thing on Instagram, right? You know, sometimes when you get into big fights or big meltdown kind of fights, this couple actually said that you should take a second, then put the fight aside, give each other a big hug if you are physically together, and just breathe together and say to each other, you know, these are some very big feelings we're having right now. Let's both calm down first. And when we're in a better state, then we'll revisit the conversation.
Yeah, but that action of hugging is just so tough when you're
Like
both
when you're
so
angry.
right? You wouldn't want to even be near that person.
I'd be like, you try to hug me. Yeah. I'd be like,
Oh, hug me.
oh, that's how I am. This is a real reenactment.
wait, what?
Huh?
Really?
This is a reenactment.
I believe.
You think I was lying?
No, I believe 100%.
Yeah, eh.
That's why I say I think EQ is very important. And for our listeners of Hush Podcast, if you think that you don't have a high EQ, good news. EQ can be trained. No, it really can be.
Is it?
But it takes a lot of control and discipline.
No, I know a lot of people who need EQ training. Where do I sign them up? Okay, second story that I wanted to tell. actually.
yeah.
Right, okay. Because we were talking about, you know, emotional cheating, right? Physical, emotional. Yours must be physical, correct?
I think that's for me, lah. Yeah.
I have a friend who was in a relationship, committed relationship,
Okay.
right? Long term. And then met someone and hit it off right away.
Oh.
Very strong emotional connection.
While in a relationship.
But nothing physical happens. Like hit it off really well. But I think the hit it off with your friends that you've known for years and hit it off with someone you've just met is different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The chemistry.
Correct. So hit it off right away. It became a very emotional thing. And then a little bit into it, I think she got scared, right? Because if it's physical, you can quantify it, you can see it.
Right.
You can know that, okay, this is happening and this is going down. But emotionally, you can't.
You're just like, what's going on in my head and my mind?
It's very scary because
It's actually
you
more dangerous.
don't know
Right.
where that line is that becomes emotional cheating. So fella ran now.
Which fella?
Which fella? Yeah.
My friend.
Three of them.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So many fellas.
So
in the
now
story.
what? Go with the new one or?
No. I said like ran away from the new one. Like, okay, that's it. Like, we can't be friends.
Is she
sorry.
still in
Oh,
a
she's still
relationship?
the old one.
Huh?
Is she still in a relationship?
I'd later check. I haven't been updated in a while.
But these issues are more common in society these days than we think it is. Like emotional cheating, speaking to someone and finding that, hey, you have feelings for this person, but then what's going to happen to my current relationship? I feel like things need to be resolved at the start. When your friend found out that, hey, hit it off with this new guy right away, maybe she should have stopped right there and then.
Oh, she didn't right there and then. But
Maybe she felt like, oh yeah, it's just stalking, it's fine, you know, like this will die off. But then it didn't lah. It clearly like fueled on and then it led to this. Hope she's in a better place though.
Sending our love.
Sending out love, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in any case, relationships are not easy to navigate. There are a lot of things that you learn as you fail at relationships, so you know what not to do for the next one or what to do for the next one.
someone told me that the practice of love is a way of life, of which people think that love is something that is so intuitive that you do it once and you can get it right.
But it's not. It's really not.
But it's not. And apparently in this belief of like the practice of love, that every person you interact with, whatever your relationship with, is a practice of the act of love or the feeling of love. And this never stops your entire life.
Yeah. And learning is a lifelong journey. So
That's right. Skills future.
And it's not just love. Like we mentioned, loving smart is very important. So
Yeah.
what are some ways that we can love smart? We have to balance digital life with real life connections. I think this is like a given, right? I mean, social media is a huge part of our lives, but what about like the real life connection, the hugs, the physical touches, the kisses, the cuddles? I think that's very important as well.
Yeah.
Secondly, avoid unnecessary drama, Germaine. This point is for you.
excuse
No.
No, I mean it emotionally. Don't overthink and create this emotional drama in your heart that didn't really happen in real life.
And don't drive yourself crazy. Yeah.
this therapy session for today. But no, I'm sure there are people out there who relate to me.
But
Please.
she's very good
For
now.
sure.
now.
She's in a good place.
No, but like Azura said earlier on, give them the benefit of the doubt. That's the least you can do for your partner in a relationship. If you can't even do that, then it's going to be very tough
It's
for you
very
moving
hard.
forward.
Either you solve your own issues first,
Yeah.
and then you move on to the relationship, or just break it off completely.
I think also one thing that I've had to learn the hard way is people are not mind readers. Just because I'm hypersensitive to how someone else may feel,
Right?
most guys are not really. Like, you can't just be like, the whole day you're like, and then he's like, oh, why are you upset? And then you say things to him like, how can you even ask me why I'm upset? You mean you don't know why? They're not mind readers, you know what I mean? They don't know. You have to communicate to them. Just when it happens, just say, babe, like, you know, I was a bit upset when you said that or when you did that. It made me feel this way. And it actually solves most of your problems before they go any further than that.
Very efficiently at that.
Yeah.
But guys, that does not mean you can be less attentive. Try your best. I know it's hard. Just try. It's a little bit nice, you know, when you don't have to say it and you know it. Try.
I think work for the relationship, this is very important as well. Like, work is not done once you found your partner and got together. It continues for as long as you're together.
Alright.
And we mentioned in one of our previous episodes that love is always changing, right? It comes and goes in different phases. Certain emotions always revisit the relationship, and it's up to you to put work in and commit to each other and make this relationship an even better one.
Yeah, that's what a relationship is. Actually.
The chase never ends.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so last words for our listeners for this episode. Any advice for those who think that their partner's EQ is not up to par?
Send them the test
Wow.
and tell them to do it. No, I mean, I think there's only so much you can tell a person to change them. If you've brought it up to them already and they're not willing to work on themselves, then that's not on you.
Right.
You can't change someone who doesn't want to change for themselves.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink the water.
Yeah.
So if your horse of a partner doesn't want to drink the water,
Yeah. Then some people might say, shut up, like you're also a horse. You know? I think with social media and all those apps and everything, maybe it's useful or wise to have a conversation or discussion of which I think that sending hearts, fire emojis, this kind of texts are unnecessary.
Okay.
So I'm telling you this much job, like it's unnecessary to me, which means I don't like it. So if you still do it, that's on you.
I feel that love alone cannot sustain. EQ is very important in yourself and your partner. And if your EQs are just not on the same frequency, then this relationship is going to be so tough. Mentality, phase of life, the way you deal with things, your reactions,
It's not
everything come
aligned,
into play.
yeah.
Yes. So will love alone sustain? My answer is no.
why do we do this to ourselves? Why can't we all just be single?
Why can't we just all be happy, guys?
Okay, now we're happy one, no?
Sometimes. No, this is not meant to be a negative episode, okay? So if you are tuning into this episode, sending love.
Yeah.
If you want to improve your EQ, go to some professional coaches. That definitely can be done.
A lot of you need help. The problem is, do you know that you need help?
Oh my God. Cut out that last sentence, Azura.
God.
With that, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Clarity's Hush Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at itsclarity.co.
Listen to us on Me Listen, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, turn on your notifications.
Yes, and we're on YouTube as well. We're still in that new set. Very nice little couch. Wow.
Comfortable. All right, everybody, don't forget to love smart. Bye.
Bye. If you have an AirTag, the other person's phone will receive a notification saying this AirTag is moving with you. Are you aware?
Oh.
So don't. This is stupid love.
Yeah.
Don't
Love
be
smart,
stupid.
No,
okay,
actually
guys,
don't
love
do
smart.
these things, okay?